All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Um, Basically, I just wanted to do this video, all right, inspired by this precept right here, all right, Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 17, okay, and verse 18 also, all right, because as reading it, it reminded me of, when brothers first come into the truth. All right, it's that same process that we all go through. Okay, when we first come into this truth, we first hear this word. Yeah, it's sweet as honey. You want to tell everybody, oh, I'm an Israelite. The Most High's name is this, that, that. You're joyous. All right, but one thing is also is that you're over righteous because you don't want to mess up. You're doing everything in your power, in your strength to try and be perfect, to try and get everything right to the T. All right, and it's normal. All right, we all went through it. Okay, you keeping 3 Sabbaths. You out here fasting on the Sabbath so you don't break the Sabbath. You going super hard. All right, but that's something that over time with experience. All right, you learn. Okay. All right, the scripture right here is gonna go into it. All right, but that's something you learn, and when you first come into this truth, we all have that first trial, that beginner trial. All right, where the Lord tests your faith right then and there on the spot, which is it might be your family members, your woman, your parents, whichever it is. The Lord sends them demons on them to try and test you, test your faith, or it might be a financial situation, whatever it may be. It usually happens after you hear the word. And your mind is, yeah, this is it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep listening. Boom. That's when the test comes. Your parents find out, or your Eve finds out, or something happens. You might tell them whatever, and they come completely against you. Your family's against you. Everybody's thinking you in a cult, so on and so forth. And that's that beginning stage. We all go through it, man. It come against you, and it's like, damn, man, what do I do now? Now you got to stay faithful and keep on staying pushing, because that's just the beginner test. Over time, they'll come to be regular with it. They might not be in it, but they'll know about it, and they'll come to accept that this is what you do. Okay, but it's that beginner trial. All right, but without further ado, let me just get this precept. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "For at the first she will walk." All right, this is talking about wisdom. Okay. It's what I started at verse 16. It says, "If a man commit himself unto her," all right, referring unto wisdom, "he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession." Okay, it says, "For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways." Okay, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Okay. So when you first come into this truth, this wisdom, it ain't gonna be plain Jane right then and there. All right, right away. You're gonna be tried. All right. She will walk with him by crooked ways. You in this wisdom, hey, you out here, keeping 3 Sabbaths. You're not touching anything that might have let's say you might have whatever soap, dishwashing soap or whatever, and it says ingredient, you see something that says like glycerin or something like that, and it says it might derive from pork or plants, but you're not sure what it is. I don't know, you're throwing out all your dish soap. I'm not doing dishes on the Sabbath because I don't want to break it. I'm not cleaning my room. I'm starving, and I'm late for work, but I'm not going to buy a Metro card because I can't buy and sell on the Sabbath. You see, that's walking. She's going to walk with you by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon you and torment you with her discipline. Because here it is, you're trying your best to keep, all right, keep that law, all right, and stay within, all right, the scriptures, okay. But that's at the beginning. It's like that, okay. It says until she may trust his soul. So she's doing all that, you being over righteous, but what? It's proving to the Lord, all right, that you have a sincere spirit. That even if you had to keep 3 Sabbaths, which you don't, in 1 week, you would do it because that's how much you're willing, that's how far you're willing to go for the Lord. And that's when wisdom is able to trust your soul. If by her walking with you by crooked ways and bringing dread upon you with her discipline, okay, you're still there, Then she'll know to trust you and try you by her laws. All right? Are you able to stay in this thing? Are you able to be committed? And if you are, then it says, verse 18, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. That's when you grow. That's when you start, you stop being over righteous, and you start, seeing the bigger picture. You start elevating. You start understanding. All right, let me get that precept. All right. That's when you start getting that understanding. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Keep in mind, it says, therefore get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding. Because when you first get wisdom, all right, you have the wisdom of the scriptures, but you have to understand. You have to understand we're in captivity and we can't keep it perfectly. You have to understand we're not going to be saved by us keeping the law perfectly. We have to understand all these different things. You have the wisdom of it, but you have to gain understanding to complete that. And that's what you gain after wisdom trusts your soul, all right? And she returns the straight way onto you. Then you get the understanding. Then you get comforted. Then you understand the secrets. Then it starts to make sense why the Lord is going to take out 2/3 of Israel. You're understanding because you're gaining what? Experience. All right? Experience is teaching you. You're gaining wisdom. You're gaining understanding by way of experience. When you come in, you're like, damn, man, 2/3 really going to die. Like, yo, over time, you're like, man, Lord needs to bring that judgment already, man. But it's all by way of experience. Oh, you first come to the truth. Oh, shoot, Thanksgiving is wicked. Yo, I'm not going to eat on Thanksgiving. My family might be cooking, but I'm not going to eat on Thanksgiving because, it's wicked. You got to keep, man, listen, so you're going to starve. The Lord knows your heart, man. You pray over the food and you're not eating it in the spirit of Thanksgiving. You eating because you're hungry. There's food. Okay? And that's all part of understanding that comes as you grow, all right, in the truth. Okay? I'm not trying to sound like I'm some over experienced. Nah, man, I'm still a baby in this truth, but it's the process which we all go through. When you first come to this truth, you're gonna be over righteous. You're gonna do certain things, but it's through the fear of the Lord that you're gonna do that, because you fear messing up, you fear slipping up, you feel like, like personally, I felt when I first came to truth, I felt like, damn, I have a lot of catching up to do. I was doing all this wickedness, eating pork, getting shape up, so on and so forth. Damn, I got a lot of catching up to do. So I was not trying to mess up, not trying to slip up. So anything I could do to prevent that from happening, I would do it. If I wasn't sure if the Sabbath was tonight or tomorrow night, I'd just keep it 2 nights. And it's that sincere will to want to do what's right. Okay, that allows wisdom to trust your soul. Okay, and therefore what? Show and return the straight way onto you. Okay, and that's by way of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakudash supping with you. If you got the spirit of prophecy, you start doing these videos. Over time it becomes normal, becomes easier. You start understanding the breakdowns, being able to break it down on your own. Of course, sticking to the right doctrine, but being able to break it down, knowing which precepts go with what, knowing how to deal with certain people when they come up to you with different things. All right, that's all in this truth. But everything is a process, everything is levels, and everything takes time. You're not just gonna come in this and boom. All right, but keep in mind, the scriptures also say, let me see if I can find it. Damn. There it is, Ecclesiastes 1:18. Because as you gain more knowledge, you gain more bitterness. All right. It says here, I'll start at verse 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and know madness and folly. I perceive that this is also vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. All right. Why? Because you start to see the world for what it really is. You know, it's beautiful that your eyes are open, but what the painful part is what you're seeing. You know, you're seeing reality. All right. And that's grief, because that's that bitterness. We're still in captivity. We're still enduring. When you first come into this truth, your mind is all trying to grasp everything: spiritual power, the kingdom, women, the Lord, the Lord's name, prophecy. Whoa, this is. But over time, as you get adjusted into it and you start going through it, now you start hastening the day. Now you realize the kingdom ain't coming tomorrow. And now you realize you gotta put in work, and it's a process. Now you're in the process. Now you're in the cycle, and you gotta keep the cycle going. But then what? As you're doing that, you're increasing in knowledge, but you're also increasing in sorrow. You're increasing in grief. Because you start to see more things. You start to understand certain things. All right? But it's all a process, man. It's like growing up. As a child, you might not know, babies, they might not understand what certain things are. Okay? But as you grow up, it starts to make sense. All right? But if a relative of a baby died, let's say your uncle, and you like 2 months old, you ain't gonna grieve over that. You don't know what's going on. But as you grow up, you're 20 years old, you're a teenager, whatever. If you hear that, you're gonna sorrow, because you have more knowledge now. You can understand what that means, that your relative is dead. And it's the same thing in the truth. The more wisdom you get, the more grief you get. All right, but it's a balance. It's a gift and a curse. It's a beauty and it's all that, man. All right, it all comes with it, and you got to balance it out. All right, so that you're not being over righteous. All right, but you're still doing what you have to do. Okay, so I'm gonna end it with this precept. I believe is in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much. All right, neither make thyself over wise. So yeah, there is such a thing as being over righteous, trying to do too much. Because it says, well, why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Look, take things one step at a time. You're gonna get there. Okay, but take things one step at a time, man. Don't try to jump. All right, don't try to reach somewhere you're not yet. Okay, be patient and let the Lord deal, man. Okay, don't be over righteous much, or you're gonna end up destroying yourself. Okay, join the flow and just keep it pushing, man. Join the line and keep going, man. All right, that's what it's about. Okay, but I'm gonna end it here. Lo, and this video is edifying unto the elect. Okay, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.